Okay. So I remember I told you guys about my grandma, right? And how I told you I'd tell you about her. Well, I'm going to use this video to tell you about her. By the way, this was the last thing my grandma got me for Christmas, or as a gift. I'll just say a gift because I know some of you guys ain't religious. I'm not either. We just celebrate Christmas. Um, its name's Yuki, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure Yuki means snow. But I just named it because of the character off of Fruits Basket. Mwah. Or Yuki means princess. I'm not sure. One of the two. Depends on how you spell it, I think. Anyways, my grandma, she raised me basically from when I was younger. After my dad left, we lost our house. I'm not going to explain anything in between them because that was a really, really bad time. But we lived together. Tom and Jerry, Foghorn Leghorn, all those shows, we watched them all. She allowed me to be a boy. I got to go out and play with all the boys, and I had a lot of fun back then. I was always, always, always exercising. I had like a limit of how much TV I could watch and things like that. And then, I had to move in with my mom's boyfriend, whatever. But my grandma was my safe house. That was the only place I ever really felt safe, and it was my escape zone. So when my grandma got diagnosed with cancer on May 28th of 2011, no one really told me to extinct to it. But when grandma started losing her hair, I started realizing that, hey, this is bad. My hair was about right here then. My mom didn't want me to cut it, so then I cut it to my shoulders. Because my sister got bored. Mom was still like, I don't want you having short hair. So I took scissors to my hair and I cut it off, right? So I finally got to shave it. And then 6 months later, my other grandma got cancer and I got a mohawk. Don't really care about that one. But anyways, then that one died 3 days later after I got my mohawk. Grandma was a little upset. She said I had long and beautiful hair and she wanted me to grow it out again. And from February, after my mom got in a big fight with her boyfriend, I moved in with my grandma while my mom got an apartment in Sedalia. Anyways, who cares? I don't live anywhere in that area anymore. No one does. Anyways, I kind of had to watch my grandma slowly, die and get worse throughout those 6 months. I mean, I know that since I never really left the apartment unless I went to school, that everyone knew I was just watching anime basically and taking care of grandma for the most part. But I know I didn't seem like I was taking much attention to grandma, but I watched all of it. I watched her walk painfully, all that. I would read you guys the essay I wrote about my grandma's death and things, but I can't do that because my mom has it. But when my grandma died, it was July 7th, 2012. She went to the hospital and I just thought she was going to come back home, right? Well, my grandma went into a coma. And they said that they were going to pull just go ahead and pull the plug or whatever. Or something like that. But my grandma was already being sent home to die. They already knew that she was going to die. On July 21st, I had to go to my grandma's, and I had to lie to her because she was fighting. I had to tell her that it was okay, that I was going to be alright, and my parting words with my grandma were a lie. Because afterwards, I wasn't okay, and I knew I wasn't going to be okay. I was losing my house, and my mom was losing her house. I didn't know where I was going to be, all that. And then after I left the place, I took the ring that day. And then I helped, I had this big breakdown, and I couldn't breathe or anything. And then I went to my grandma's apartment, and I just curled up in her blankets, and I just started bawling my eyes out. I called Ashley, and my tears stopped because she made me laugh and stuff, which, because of that, I haven't cried since, and it's a bad thing, because the pain and guilt's still with me. My grandma died on July 23rd at 8:45 p.m. on 2012. The saddest part of it all was that I predicted my grandma's death. And it's kind of creepy because I also predicted my dog's death and I was accurate on both of them. It kind of creeps people out and it creeps me out to the extreme. You guys can believe me or not. Anyways, I haven't cried since then, and and to sit there and painfully watch the woman you love with all your heart, and that was the biggest thing to you. It really does mess you up, guys. It really, really does.